Oh no.
It's the best.
Yes.
Alex and I finished. Yeah, he watched it for the first time. I rewatched it.
Oh my, is that alive?
Oh, hey.
Oh, that's
You're
alive.
back.
We're back. Hey, we're back, it would look like. Everything is okay, maybe. So,
You should be live.
where we left off, there was a bunch of grandpas that were running at Sugarmama and Nijel, and both grabbed onto with their grandpa grapples, and then the other two kind of like call out. They just go senior stomp, and they jump up, and as both of you are in this instance grappled by, or actually no, you managed to shake it off, Nijel. Never mind. So in this case, it's you automatically get hit by this ability, but because you are restrained, Sugarmama, but Nijel, I need you to make me a dex save.
I have a +3 because paladins. Wow, I am.
That is not going to do it, unfortunately. However, so both of you take 17 points of bludgeoning damage as two mechs kind of fly up and then crash down on top of you with what it looks like big, giant, like heavy iron feet that have been made like extra heavy.
Is that our HP or Mech's HP?
Mech's HP.
Okay.
So track your individual Mech's HP, by the way.
Cool.
All of the mechs had 50 HP to start with. And that's going to bring us to the end of the initiative, which is Roscoe, who is going to... All right. And you see a bunch of kind of like smaller robots kind of fly out from his mech, and they fly over to you, Sugarmama, and one goes over to you, ChoGal. Both of your mechs, as these little tiny robots start repairing them, regain 15 hit points.
Oh, that's so nice.
And that's going to be it for his turn, as it passes back to the top of the initiative, which was Nijel. There's a whole bunch of grandpas, one of them's grabbing onto you. What do you want to do? Oh, wait, no. Sword. Wait, did you know you took action? Yeah, so it's Nijel, top of the initiative.
Nijel will strike out against the grandpa that hit him.
6 damage definitely hits, not quite enough to finish this mech off.
I will throw some shock value in as I... Shocking grasp of death.
As the sword kind of beams out, you cut through, and yeah, you obliterate this. You obliterate this grandpa in one. That's actually only one attack. You still have one more.
I will turn back and attempt to... Will I have to move and provoke opportunity attack to attack the one grappling Sugarmama?
No, you're adjacent to it, Sugarmama, so that's fine.
Okay, I will attack the one grappling Sugarmama.
Alright, go ahead and make an attack roll.
Oof.
14 misses, unfortunately. And I think that's all for your turn. Only a d6. Alright, the lightning does not recharge. That is currently down. In that case, that's going to bring us to ChoGal. You are surrounded. What do you wish to do?
Sword of Doom!
Go for it. That definitely hits. And that also definitely hits. With two kind of fell swipes, your Sword of Doom smashes and crumples to the ground 2 of the enemy mechs. There are but 2 now surrounding you. That is,
Oh wait, I forgot I also had to do the, Thunderous Smite.
Well, you got them both anyway, so you can hold on to it if you want.
Yeah, you can hold on to it, cool.
Yeah. I don't know if Thunderous Smite works like that, but we'll say it does right now. And that's going to bring us to more of those elemental next to you. We're going to use their shrapnel blasts on you again. Oh man, critting you and missing. But you take 11 points of in this case, it is bludgeoning damage as a sharp wind appears out of one of the mechs. It gets its hand kind of right up to it gets its hand kind of right up into like your shoulder area, and it just kind of shoots piercing wind into it, and you can hear it kind of ripping apart some of the internal mechanisms as he calls out kind of tornado twist.
I'm actually going to I'm gonna drop the thunderous smite and bonus action hunter's mark the nearest person to me.
Well, it's not your turn anymore. That was just they just hit you.
Oh, that's right. I forgot to do this. Never mind. I'll do it
You can.
next time.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'll say you can have hunters marked. That's fine.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. I was confused by what we were doing. All right, and that's going to be it for their turn. That passes now to, I believe it was Sugarmama next, or was it Sword?
I think it was the
Sugarmama.
Yeah, it was. Okay, Sugarmama.
I'm a less than the list.
Well, dear Nijel was rather close. Can I see the pilot, or are they tucked away?
Yeah, they're kind of behind like blast shields.
All right. Well then, this will be interesting. I'm going to cast, or she's going to cast, blindness, deafness.
Okay, it is a no.
And she's going to make them fail with a portent of 12.
Oh, okay. Well, you can't make both of them with that, but you can make one of them.
The one holding her.
Okay, yeah. And you watch as this kind of elderly person piloting this mech just goes, I can't see! Or is it, I assume it's blinded? You're going with not deafened? Okay,
yeah. Blinded.
I can't see! And he's now just kind of holding on to you. And at this point, honestly, he just kind of like lets go. Anything else on your turn?
I'm
Do you have like a bonus action, or you can still move?
I'm fine, Yuri.
Very well.
Thank you, dear Nijel.
In that case, and the other one has to just make a save still. D20. Yeah, well, they succeed the save. But that's going to bring us to Sword. What do you wish to do? There are kind of 2 mechs left in this area where you stand. ChoGal just kind of took down a couple of them. Your spirit guardians are still giving them a hard time. They should have probably made a save for those at the time, which I will roll now. So, actually, I think they might succeed.
It was a 14 for a 16.
Okay, yeah. So one of them does and one of them does not. The last one shouldn't have happened. So the one that doesn't succeed, the spirit guardians just kind of tear it apart. And the other one takes half damage and is still kind of standing at this point. What do you want to do?
Well, let's try this baby out.
You can, at any time for the record, you can use the punch if you don't want to use the flamethrower. But you want to use the flamethrower. They're going to make a dex save, which they fail as the flamethrower kind of just in a wave of torrent of fire burns the outside of the mech. You hear the gnomon kind of just like, no, and hits the ejector button as all of the ones that have been defeated so far have done, and gets pulled out of the arena as this mech is now incinerated. Anything else on your turn?
How far away am I from the other one?
You're
Let's
actually
just say the other 2.
You're actually a fair distance. It would take you. You could start moving such that you'd be able to get there next round, but you wouldn't be able to get like right up in the mix. Or actually, no, you could get back to your allies. So yeah, that's fine. You could just run 30 feet back to your allies if you want to.
I'll run back to my allies then.
All right, cool. The mechs that are around the group of you. There are 3 of them kind of near you remaining, and one that was kind of hanging back. The one that was hanging back just kind of looks at all of you and just goes, elderly oil, slick! And the finger kind of pops open and you see just a big torrent of oil kind of pour out, both on his allied ones and the group of you. So I need you, Sword, Sugarmama and Nijel to all make dex saves.
Get that sweet, sweet +3.
Yeah, you all have
crap.
a +3.
Nijel's saves are cursed ever since he got this save buffing class bonus.
But Sugarmama and Nijel, both of you, kind of, this oil happens under your mech's feet, and you find yourself kind of losing balance and control, and you both kind of fall prone.
Oopsie.
The enemies are also going to they also all slip on the grease, and all three of them also just fall down. So they're going to make attacks against you. They're going to make attacks against you with disadvantage as they kind of pull out these kind of bludgeoning objects. That's with disadvantage. So an 18.
Against who?
That's against that's against Sugarmama. It actually should not have been that much damage. It should have been 4 less than that. It should have been 12 damage. Let me fix that.
Does that work?
That would only apply to you. You can't shield the mech, unfortunately.
That would have been cool though.
would have been radical, but that's a little outside the scope of the shield. So that's one against you. The next one, and the next two actually are going to be against Nijel. So that's with disadvantage. 22. Man, they are just,
Yep.
they're just rolling bones. So that's 9, and another one against you, Nijel. All right, so those both miss. And that's going to do it for their turn. You watch the fight that's kind of going on across the arena. Somehow it seems like there's a giant snake that's now in the arena that's like kind of tearing stuff up. You see, like, you hear kind of like a couple of explosions happening over there. But it looks like that kind of fight for the other side is starting to kind of wind down a bit. And at the end of the initiative, Roscoe is once again going to heal ChoGal, you for another 15, and then Sugarmama, you for another. Actually, yeah, just going to heal the both of you again.
Thanks!
And that's going to do it for him. Top of the initiative. Nijel, what do you want to do?
Nijel will pilot his mech up from the grease, so it's no longer prone.
Okay.
And
you do so.
The other mechs have also got up from prone, right?
Yeah, they also stood up from prone. Oh yeah, that's why their attack should not have been at disadvantage, but oh well. I actually don't think it would have made any difference anywhere.
Okay. I will start this off with a bonus action. I always do that. Divine Favor, so I'm doing a D4 Radiant on my hits, and I will swing at the two close to me.
Alright, go for it. The 19 does hit and destroys another one of these mechs. The scythe swings through. Anything else on your turn?
I'm guessing Lay on Hands does not heal the mech.
Lay on Hands does not heal the mech.
Okay, that is all I can do then.
That is going to bring us then to ChoGal. ChoGal? Yeah, ChoGal.
ChoGal!
What do you want to do?
So, how many are around me?
None. They're all dead.
Oh. Are there any close enough for me to run to?
Yeah, you can run to the other group and go after the other pile of mechs, all the old people.
Good, I'm gonna run towards them, do a flying leap, and ChoGal Smash!
ChoGal Smash! You lift it up. The mech kind of reactively, the legs buckle as you start imagining your ChoGal Smash. Go ahead and make me your attack roll. That hits for 20 damage as you slam down and ChoGal Smash. Nice rolls.
Wait. Plus 4 more.
Plus 4. It was enough anyway, as you take down another one of these mech, but one remains.
That's okay, because it's both another attack.
Yes. Which also is then destroyed.
Player number 1. 17.
For 17, yes. They did not have that much health. And you're now seeing that your mechs are very superior in overall craftsmanship. This is some pretty impressive work that Roscoe has done as you're just tooling on these other mechs. But one mech remains who kind of looks who kind of looks at you and just starts kind of like backing away. That's going to bring us to Sugarmama. The one that did the oil slick is the only one still up, and he's kind of running at this point.
Alrighty, let's see if we can get a sugar pop.
You just kind of pull back the pulse cannon. Do you have a cool name for your attack? Oh, is it Sugar Pop?
Yeah, it's sugar pop.
You just call it Sugar Pop! And the cannon, a huge blast of energy goes through and just puts a hole straight through the kind of the core frame of the mech and out the backside.
Mama's knows how to smash. She just turns around dramatically and poses.
Yeah, you do posers. As you do a pose, it seems like people have been waiting for more poses in the crowd in your area. Yeah, lots of posing. And you watch as the fight kind of on the other side of the arena ends. And all that appears to be left out of that particular battle are two mechs, which are now looking at the undefeated team on the other side. And they kind of start running towards the center of the arena. Both of them, these kind of huge, both of them kind of have these huge hammers that they're both wielding.
Oh my.
What do all of you do?
Are we out of initiative?
Well, no, they're lower than you in initiative, so it's just all of you have a turn before they act, but they're running towards the center of the arena.
Alright.
ChoGal's also going there. Is he gonna be able to reach in time?
No, it's gonna be gonna be a couple of rounds of like dramatically running at each other. Yeah, exactly. So ChoGal, you just start kind of booking it. Are you all just gonna like run towards the center?
Nijel is charging just a stride behind ChoGal to his left side.
Sugarmama is charging in as well with a ready spell.
I'm also readying a slash. Also, ChoGal cracks his neck and his butt does too.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you hear the joints of the mech kind of. Sword.
Let me know when we get within 90 feet and I'll unleash it. That's the trigger.
Sword? What's the play?
I'm going to follow suit with everybody else, except I'm going to prepare a spiritual weapon when we get in range.
Alright, you do so. In that case, you kind of continue running at each other, and you meet kind of and clash in the center of the arena. Everyone sort of has a ready to attack action. Both of them do. And they're going to swing hammers at... they're going to just go after ChoGal and Sword. The first one against ChoGal, the second one against Sword. Oh, man. And those...
Ow.
Oh yeah, that misses you because of your shield. Nice. But Sword, your mech takes 20 points of bludgeoning damage. What is everyone's ready to action?
So ChoGal's going in for a strike. For my ready action, when I actually get to the real action, that's when I'll move my Hunter's Mark. But for now, it's just sword attack.
Um, 17 misses.
Why does it beat me so?
Nijel's readied is also the sword attack on whichever one ChoGal did not attack.
All right. The snowball storm, excellent. That one definitely hits ChoGal. And what is the? Oh, they're gonna make dexterity saving throws. That hits both of them, right?
Yes, it does.
I love that spell. One of them succeeds, but one of them takes 15 points of cold damage. And as you kind of clash here in the middle of the arena, their two kind of hammer swings kind of come in. ChoGal, you duck yours. Sword, you take a hefty one to the side. You still have a regular action you can use, sword, that you haven't used yet.
And my spirit guardians are still up.
Yep. Which are going to make wisdom saves against, and they both fail. And you want to use your just regular action.
I thought I used my regular action whenever I used my spirit sword or spiritual weapon.
Oh yes. Okay, yeah. So that missed.
Spiritual weapon is a bonus, isn't it?
Well, that could be like we'll say that's a ready in this case, because it doesn't matter too much, because you guys definitely eliminated all of these mechs. Sugarmama, a snowball storm kind of appeared in the area, damaging the mechs from the outside. Nijel, you land an absolutely perfect slash upwards. The two mechs are obliterated in a flurry of... you do the run past, and then there's a brief moment as you're just kind of standing there in silence, and then the mech just kind of crumbles around.
Know the wrath of the great big cloud.
And then you see behind you, with advantage. Misses. You watch as a mech that seems to have kind of sneaked past you. It looks like he's part of this crew, and it comes out of invisibility with its cloaking device and goes and like slams at Roscoe, who barely holds hands up to kind of block it in time. And that mech is now about 90 feet away from you, battling Roscoe.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
As you left him with the bag.
Go, charge it out, girl.
All right, you start running back the other way, but it's going to be a few rounds.
Can I have my mech throw me 90 feet?
Your mech probably can't throw you quite 90 feet, but it can throw you.
I'm dashing. So.
Well, actually, no, because you have to be in the mech to pilot the mech.
Oh,
I'm going to cast this. Yeah. Hopefully. It is a range of 90 feet. At the gnome inside of the cockpit. 90 feet away.
All right, so you kind of call upon this this powerful sleeping magic, and the gnome inside the cockpit just clunks down and his head hits the top, and then you watch as the mech also just kind of crumples down to the ground, and Roscoe just kind of looks down and just goes and kicks it a couple of times until it breaks. And you have won, it would appear, the battle royale.
Good job, Mama.
What? I was just doing what Mama does. You know, spanking butts and taking timeouts.
Well, it's time for a team pose in the center of the arena.
And you guys team pose at the center of the arena, and Roscoe goes, "All right, this is where it gets tricky." And the announcer from before goes, "All right, now it's time for the main event up against the current reigning champion." And you start hearing kind of just heavy footsteps from outside, kind of around the back of the arena.
Roscoe, do you have any more of those healing drones?
And he just kind of looks up at you. "I got the ones on board mine, but external, I'm pretty much spent. What are all of your collective helves? Please tell me that, and then add them up." But he goes, "But I got something else online," and he just kind of hits a big button, and all of your mechs start to kind of like change and shift in form over this next moment. And his mech was actually at 50, so add another 50 to that, and tell me what you end up with.
188.
180 exactly.
188.
188. Excellent. You should have a new mech in your inventory, all of you.
Voltron. Voltron.
And you watch as this huge kind of other mech kind of starts walking out, and a bunch of evil-looking gnomes are in the various kind of cockpits. You see there's a couple about the arms, a couple on the legs, and then there's one at kind of around the the chest, the upper chest region, and then just a big kind of like fake head on the top of it. And the mech just kind of points and looks at the group of you, and the mech kind of lets out a robotic, and the crowd roars. And then very shortly after, you watch as your mech start to magnetize and shift in shape, as your own now ultimate mech takes on a very similar shape, as you are now piloting Voltron. You can do, with Voltron, anything your other mech could do. The damage is automatically doubled, and use Voltrons to hit. So
wow.
the 14 to hit, yeah. And you guys have for hit points 188 as a collective. If 3 of you, Roscoe will always take his action to use Voltron. So in order for Voltron to act, 3 of you have to take your whole turns controlling Voltron.
Cool.
So 2 of you can do anything, and the other 3 can decide what Voltron does. And Roscoe will go along with you, because he seems to be doing a lot of work piloting it. And this other mech kind of walks into the arena, and he kind of points at the group of you, and it's a mech off. Roll for a fresh initiative.
Using our own initiative?
No, using Voltrons. This is just a one-on-one here.
Okay.
Hey.
So one person, we'll just have one person represent Voltron in this instance.
Hey, reflected!
Hey.
Hey.
I am the Black Voltron.
Well, I think it was ChoGal who went first with a 2. Oh, but Negatron also rolled a 2!
Oh my God.
Choose a representative to roll for the rematch.
Reflected.
Reflected.
All right. Cannot be stopped. All right, nice. In that case, Voltron is the first to act. Who wants to control Voltron?
I'll control
How
Voltron.
long does Spirit Guardians last, by the way?
Hold on.
10 minutes.
I'll control him as well.
Cool.
So the 3 that control can't take attack actions, but the ones that don't control can. Right?
No, the 3 that control make attack actions, and the 3 that control can each make like 1 attack action. But the 2 that aren't can just do like regular stuff.
Okay.
Am I able to bonus action to move my Hunter's Mark to this guy?
Yeah, you did that when they were walking in. Also. So yeah, basically, Voltron can make any 2 attacks at a time, or can just use the slam that he has. But
Okay, well, I guess for my attack, go for the sword.
all right, go for the sword.
So it's a plus 14 to hit?
Yeah, so just roll the or no, it's a it's a plus 14 to hit. So just go ahead and roll the Voltron thing, and then we'll roll the damage separate for the sword.
While he begins to attack, can Nijel cast Bless on Voltron?
I'll make you a sword. Hold on a second. Yeah, absolutely. You can cast Bless on Voltron.
Does a 22 hit?
A 22 misses, unfortunately.
Oh my goodness.
But what if I add a d4?
What does it become when you add the D4?
23.
It does not hit still, unfortunately.
Ugh. But I have a plus 2 to AC because of the shield.
That is true. The shield translates over, as you now have your shield. Your armor is 27.
Do
in that
both
case,
of the shields carry over?
No, it's just one really big shield, as the 2 shields have combined into 1 mega shield.
Oh, the mega shield!
So dope.
That's gonna. Who else wants to take an action with Voltron?
I will.
What do you want to do?
And to crash.
Are you going to just make a fist attack? Or are
Yes.
you going to use your pulse cannon? Okay, cool. Go ahead and make me an attack then. 30 does hit for 23 points of bludgeoning damage as the fist slams out and crashes into Negatron, who stumbles backwards.
Crush!
All right, so the two of you have made attack actions with Voltron. Who else? So that means Nijel and Sword, both of you can do just regular actions with your characters if you wish.
To make sure we are completely contained within Voltron, there's no leaning out beyond blast shields, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I will
you
summon...
can, like, open the door if you want to lean out.
That seems a bit risky if we're tightly enclosed, so I'll just kind of look out back behind Negatron and put a spiritual weapon out to give him a poke. And I always do that.
Welcome to the club.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think a D4 will help me with that.
Alright, well, my spirit guardians are still out and about.
Yes, they are.
14 wisdom save.
All right. In that case, Negatron is going to make a wisdom saving throw. Negatron fails and takes 13 points of radiant or necrotic. I assume radiant.
Radiant.
Yep. All right, so yeah, the spirit guardians, as you're now kind of in melee, are just kind of still outside punching it. Doesn't seem like they're having a ton of effect, as Negatron seems to have a ton of health. But Negatron is going to use its turn now, as it passes to foe. Or did you have a bonus action?
Oh, my spirit weapon is still out there too.
How long does spirit weapon last? Does that last?
It lasts a minute, but I did it like right at the very end of the last match.
I'll say you can have a couple more rounds with it because there was like a time of transition as like the mech was walking in, so we'll say you have 2 rounds left.
All right, that works.
So yeah, go ahead and make an attack with your spiritual weapon. The 14 unfortunately is going to miss.
All right.
In that case, Negatron is going to make a slam attack.
Can I portent that?
Make the roll a 2, which reduces. It was a 2, correct?
Yeah, it was a 2.
All right, which reduces the attack roll to miss for certain, and it's going to make another slam attack. You watch as Negatron rolls up and just Galaxy Buster, and the kind of like one of the fists like kind of comes in, and he just kind of like seems to slip and it goes a little bit wide, and then the other one just hits a big uppercut, and Voltron gets kind of knocked back a little bit by the fury of the blow. Parts and scrap metal are flying. Audience members are cheering.
We're now down to 159.
That's going to be y'all's turn. What do you want to do?
I will see if my thing recharges, because I keep forgetting to roll that. It does not.
Yeah, also you, Sword. Roll recharge. Roll D6. Yeah, recharge, unfortunately. In that case, it would be Sword and Nijel's round if they wish to control the mech, as it kind of rolls in that kind of like opposite turns. So, Nijel and Sword, what do you want to do with Voltron?
Nijel will swing a sword attack towards it. Oh, sweet!
Oh my goodness!
Very nice.
So, 70 points of slide. What cool name do you give the attack as you do it?
Voltron! Thanatos form! Death's reaping!
Nice. You swing down with your massive scythe, which kind of the sword, as you take control of it, the metal of the sword kind of bends and curves into the scythe shape, and you land a huge gash across Negatron's whole form. There's now like sparks and stuff kind of flying. You see oil leaking.
No chance of divine smites with Voltron, is there?
Well, if you had your electricity up, then yes, but
No class divine smites though as paladin though.
not with the big boy, not with Voltron.
Okay,
It's a little
fair
outside
enough.
of the range, but nice hit nonetheless. That's a lot of damage you did.
Oh, man.
Incredibly high rolls.
That's a lot of damage.
Sword.
My spirit guardian so gonna work.
Gonna fail. Yep, you regain 15 HP. Uh, 26 does hit for another 34. Another 34 points of slashing damage. Sword, do you have a name for your sword attack?
Cleanse the chaos of this world.
All right. Nice.
Chaos breaker.
Chaos Breaker. As you swing up, the sword almost seems to like glow with this strange energy as you do so, becoming chaos itself as you rip into the mech. Very good. Sugarmama and ChoGal, do you have just like regular stuff you want to do?
Yeah.
I've got something I can do.
What do?
Command the guy outside the other mech.
All right. What do you do?
Command Nijel.
All right. As you do so, you call out Command Neil and Command Neil. I am Neil, and there's a one of the guys. One of the guys that's in kind of one of the arms. You see they drop down onto one knee, but it seems like the collected will of the Negatron. That's not enough to like actually bring it down, since there's multiple minds at play on it.
But doesn't do anything to slow it down.
It looks like the pilots in this case, by their collected will, have disadvantage, where this kind of effect does not affect Negatron.
Alright. What about... Okay, what about this? Well, what about Thunderwave?
That does affect Negatron.
Oh, cool.
And you watch from your kind of your kind of little part of the cockpit, just kind of like bolt of thunder kind of flows out, like alongside of the explosion of the sword attack. There's another shockwave of thunder that deals. That is
5th?
19. So have that. Okay, cool. Yeah, and you watch as another kind of like chunk of it kind of falls off. Anything else on your turn?
No. How about that roar of time?
And that's going to bring us to Negatron, who's going to look at the... I would like one of you to make a Constitution saving throw on Voltron.
Not me. Not it.
Whoever would like to roll it may do so.
ChoGal?
ChoGal. Redemption time.
Yo,
There's a +3 and a +D4 to that.
You
+4.
You are definitely good. As one of the hands kind of places a hand on top the chest of Voltron, and some kind of like electromagnetic blast kind of emanates through, and you feel the mech kind of seize up for a second, but whatever kind of programming in this, it does not able to kind of override it. And then its other fist just comes around for a big punch. Another huge fist kind of blast. As it goes, just Universe Ender! And that's all for Negatron's turn. Regain 15 hit points, and it is ChoGal and Sugarmama on the mech.
Alright.
It's going to make another Wisdom saving throw for the... I think it actually succeeded on the Spirit Guardian save this time.
Well, we won't know what I'm gonna do.
I'm going to do a big... That definitely hits.
Did you want me to go ahead and roll those Spirit Guardians?
Yeah, roll it anyway, yeah.
Blade of Destruction!
That definitely hits for a whole bunch of damage, 28 more damage, Jesus. And the Spirit Guardian, man, you're rolling really well in the Spirit Guardians too. You've been consistently getting those big numbers. That's been putting in work, low-key. And that is going to bring us...
also 1d6 from 100. Plus one more.
Oh, nice! Sugarmama.
Yep.
Every point counts.
She's going to try to do this, but
Oh!
don't think that works out.
Bad luck.
Don't hit the crowd.
Yeah, the pulse cannon, you see it flying directly into the crowd, and a bunch of gnomes go like, ah! And then just some kind of invisible barrier just appears and kind of dissipates it before it would hit the crowd. And Sword and Nijel, what do you want to do? Also, both of you can roll to recharge your moves.
Oh, so close.
In that case, I'll do the only other thing I can do.
Likewise.
Sacred Flame, I love it. The 19 unfortunately misses, but the Sacred Flame, that it will probably actually hit. It's not very good at those. For another 6 points of radiant damage, every point counts as you deal a bunch of extra damage, and the Spirit Guardians hit for a bunch. And they're going to, in that case, make 2 more slams against you as it passes to your turn. Where are you at on hit points? As that is another 53 point of damage.
We do get 15 back every start of every turn.
Yeah.
So you
we're at 92.
92. Yeah, both mechs are starting to look pretty frazzled as they're back and forth. Just Cosmos Crush as it slams down.
But after the plus 15, we're at 107.
Okay, cool. In that case, top of the round, roll the recharge. Those of you who have recharges.
Yes!
Nice! And Sword?
Nope.
No luck on that. But go ahead and make me an attack roll with whatever you want to attack with. And Spirit Guardians, of course. I cannot forget the Spirit Guardians. Does 14 succeed?
Yes, 14 succeed.
Okay, takes half damage. Another 6. A rough roll. 17 unfortunately misses. 24.
Just to be safe before you tell me, because that seems low for Super Max, I'm going to go ahead and make that a 34.
That hits then. Are you going to use your lightning?
Oh, you know what? Lightning from the other sheet?
No, just roll. It'd be another 4. It'd be another 4d10, I believe. So you can just roll it as extra damage on this.
Okay, 40-10, pop that. The goal of all mechs is scrap.
Yours is the scythe that will scythe the heavens as you swing it up for another, for a total of 58 damage, and you watch as Negatron kind of falls to its knees.
Just who the hell do you think we are?
and Roscoe kind of like, all right, he's weak. We gotta finish him off. Guys, what is your final combined ultimate attack that you use on the now down?
Let's use the cannon and the power of friendship.
Power of friendship. Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the sword on the cannon and let it twirl up.
Yeah, so you put the arms together. Do each of you have a cool one-liner to add to the final attack before you release it?
Final.
Nijel activates his necrotic shroud, so you see the black wings on the back of Voltron. Embrace the abyss.
May you go in sweetness.
And Roscoe just goes, smash! And in a gigantic, I almost just sweared, in a gigantic blast of light and energy, Negatron is destroyed, and the various gnomes within all kind of catapult, and you see them promptly arrested for sabotaging enemy mechs. As you have been victorious, and Negatron is obliterated off the face of the earth with your mighty smite. And Roscoe kind of looks at you and goes, yes, Voltron pose. At this point, you do a Voltron pose, and then it kind of like breaks back down, and the announcer goes, wow, what a crazy performance! That was some of the best mechsmanship I've seen this year! And that's the kind of stuff you would expect here at! And the crowd once again just goes, smash! And you all pose, and there's cheering and fun to be had, but on the whole, you have succeeded in this adventure. And each of you has earned, as a result, an experience point and 200 Bartholomew bucks. Yes, you swing your glaive of Lao around. Yes. And with that...
I can't wait to tell Papa about this one.
And you can see there's illusory posters that are now being put up on throughout the arena with your respective faces on it.
Papa's actually in the crowd, Jerry.
Wow, you sound really weird, Papa Sickle.
You sound like you've been soothed recently, dear.
I read his book!
I see. Getting them Kuro gains on as well as a soothing voice.
Of course!
And that's going to wrap us up eventually. You return to the shop stronger and more proficient at robots. Do any of you wish to shop?
No, however, ChoGal is level 6 now.
Ooh.
I think I hit level 5 as well.
Very nice.
Nice. Sword, do you have anything you wish to purchase right now?
Not this time around.
All right. And
Just short.
Nijel.
Not this time. I'm
All right.
saving up after the last.
I suspect I know what you're saving for because of that huge boost. In that case, that
Oh
is
my
going...
god, guys. That was an absolutely incredible performance.
Oh,
I agree.
That was just excellent.
Roger, you were watching. Would you like some of my fun dip?
I would love it. Can I also, I know this is going to be weird. Can I have your autographs? I have the little robot Voltron they were selling. Could you sign my mech?
Roger, is that a Voltron shirt?
What?
That shirt, the decal on the back, it looks like Voltron.
All I know is they're giving you any royalties. All right.
And with that,
Sugarmama happily signs it with like a little heart and a flower.
ChoGal also finds it. With
And the
his
shoulders likewise with a black ink pen.
And Sword, do you sign Roger's mech?
I'll humor Roger.
This is a little hard. That was harsh.
It was, but it's the best answer of the four.
Oh man.
We
I
did
mean,
not find this on X-Bay.
Self-dress is a bit harsher though. Let's be fair.
That's certainly true.
That was an incredibly entertaining adventure, guys. Good work.
It was great. So
I had a
great.
lot of fun.
10 out of
All right.
10.
And with that,
That's all.